Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Switch and Click, and today we'll be doing another review of a mechanical keyboard that's trending right now, and that is the HyperX Alloy Origins Core. So first we gotta do a disclaimer because we're already super biased here. We have, I would say, in the family, 3 pairs of HyperX Cloud headphones. My brother has the 1s, and then Jake and I, we both have the 2s. So we're already pretty biased here. We're pro HyperX, that's for sure, even though we're not doing a ton of gaming anymore. But enough about that. Let's jump into the keyboard itself. So the HyperX Alloy Origins Core, that's a mouthful, is currently selling for $90 right now on Amazon and on the HyperX website as well. So it's a very affordable keyboard. It comes in all black. It has full RGB lighting, and it has their proprietary HyperX Red switches. Look at this thing. It's got the HyperX branded spacebar, and then above the arrow keys it has a very subtle shiny black HyperX logo as well. The case itself is a full matte black aluminum case. It feels sturdy, it's hefty, it has no give at all. At the back we have 4 rubber feet. We also have 2 kickstands that have dual adjustments. At flat it's at 3 degrees, if you go up it's 7, and then the last one is 11 degrees. So 3 different angles for your typing and gaming needs. How convenient. This is a 10 keyless keyboard layout. It has no number pad, as you can see. It also features a floating keycap style design, very beautiful. Some people may not like this. I personally am a big fan of the floating keycap style design. It just looks clean, and when you turn on your RGB lighting, the light shines through very well. One thing that's a little bit awkward about this keyboard is that on the numbers, the brackets, the quotes, period, quote, X, like question mark, things like that, it's on the same row instead of like 9 being on top and then parentheses being on the bottom. They do it like this so that the light shines through and you can see both the numbers and the symbols as well without any trouble. Unlike if you're looking at other keyboards and they're on different rows, you'll only see the top one and the bottom will be really subtle and you'll have to look very closely to find it. So I like that about this keyboard. Another really awesome feature is their firmware called Ingenuity. Haha, very clever. It's N with a N and not an EN. And you can download this from their website for free. It lets you customize the color profiles, which can have very many layers. And then you can also customize the keys themselves too. It's super easy to use, very fast, convenient. You get to see it on your keyboard as soon as you press it on your computer. The onboard memory of this keyboard stores 3 different color profiles, and you can change that with the function key and then F1, F2, or F3. Unfortunately, it doesn't have dedicated media keys. I've never been a fan of that anyways, but if you are, you might be disappointed. The media keys are done by pressing the function key and then F6, F7, F8, all the way through F11. It does have a gaming mode because this is a gaming keyboard, and what that does is when you press the Windows key while you're gaming, it doesn't jump you outside of your game window. So don't be worried if you're shooting somebody and you suddenly press the Windows key. Nothing's gonna happen, you'll be fine, you're still gonna shoot them. In the game, of course, in the game. Other complaints I have are these keycaps. They are a matte black with a very finished feel. They're grippy, they feel really nice. Unfortunately, they're ABS plastic, and with the matte black spray, it's very easy to accumulate oils and grime over time. The same for the aluminum case as well, but that's easier to wipe off. So very awesome. You can see the HyperX Red switches. They have a total distance of 3.8 millimeters, actuation distance of 1.8 millimeters, and an actuation force of 45 grams. So they're a little bit shorter than Cherry MX Reds. Me personally, I think these feel a lot smoother They're much easier to type with. When I did a typing test, I didn't make as many mistakes as I did when I was using Cherry MX Reds or Gateron Reds on other keyboards. So despite these being their own HyperX branded switches, they perform really well. They advertise to last up to 80 million keystrokes. Now I know that's not the 100 million keystrokes that Cherry MX is saying that their switches last for, but it's pretty darn close. What makes you think you're gonna keep your keyboard for that many years anyways? You're bound for an upgrade because there's always that next best thing, unless you absolutely fall in love with this thing and decide this is end game for you, but who knows? The stabilizers in this keyboard are Cherry style stabilizers. They don't have that stupid clip-on wire that attaches to your keycaps because that's stupid. Very opinionated on that one. It just clicks in, clicks out, very easy. Okay, let's talk about first impressions. I think this, for the price, this should be like a $200 keyboard. It has a full aluminum top plate and back. It's super sturdy. The black is a nice finish. The HyperX Reds are very nice to type on. Despite the small complaints about the keycaps, look, there's a oily grime on that space bar already. Switching out keycaps is no big deal because it does have a standard bottom row and everything else is standard as well. So you can just switch these keycaps out really easily. HyperX also sells their own PBT double shot pudding keycaps in black or white for about $20 for 104 keycaps. Very affordable, very nice. It'll make the RGB shine very brightly when you use those. And for the price of this keyboard, buying some extra keycaps is really not a big deal in my opinion. You can get away with using these for several months or years or whatever until you feel like, oh, it's time for some new ones, and then you'll just replace them. The switches are going to last you, the stabilizers are going to last you, the case is definitely going to last you. If someone's breaking into your home, you're just gonna grab this thing and whack them on the head with the back because it's that sturdy. They say that they have aircraft grade aluminum casing, and it looks like it. It looks like a stealthy jet plane. It's pretty awesome. Typing wise, these are great. I'm not a big fan of typing on linear switches, and I never will be. But if I had to, I'd give these a 7 out of 10 in terms of typing. Typing's just so much easier on tactile switches, but that's not the fault of the keyboard itself, it's the fault of the switch type. If these were tactile, they'd be a 10 out of 10. Okay, I've talked about my complaints, but I'm going to reiterate some of them along with a new complaint that I have. It does have a USB-C cable port and a braided cable that comes with it. However, the braided cable is stiff and can kink really easily. And another complaint is that why is the port on the right side of the keyboard? That just, maybe to some people that makes a lot of sense. To me, I really prefer it on the left side or both. Give me the option of having both, that would be awesome. Another really important complaint I would say is that the port is a little bit inside, so it has to clear 2 centimeters before it can actually enter the USB-C port. If you're using a custom cable or another USB-C cable, it might not fit in this little hole to even plug in. That's what happened to me when I tried plugging this keyboard in using the USB-C cable that I already had on my computer. So I had to pull that out, take this one, and then plug it in, and then plug it into the keyboard, which is okay if you're planning on using this USB-C cable anyways, but if you want like a really nice custom-made coiled colored cable, this might not be for you. It might not fit, unfortunately. And then the second complaint I had was with the keycaps. No big deal really, easily changeable, and for the price point I really didn't expect PBT double shot keycaps anyways. And another complaint that people have, which I don't mind, is that when you're doing a solid color lighting theme, whether it be white or yellow or blue or whatever, since the top housing of the switches is clear and the bottom housing of the switches are red, you're going to see that red tint through the clear housing, but you'll also see the housing through the switch as well. So if you have white lighting, you'll see white light, but then you'll see that red strip at the bottom of each switch as well. I've been using a yellow light, and with the red it looks pretty cool. It looks like a sun or a meteor that's going to explode. If you're trying to use colors like blue or purple, maybe it might not match. So that's a personal preference. I'm sure there's a way that you can make it work. Without the lighting on, the Keycap Legends can be a little bit difficult to see. It is super easy to change the brightness of the RGB lighting via the function key and then the arrow keys. There's 5 different lighting percentage brightness setups. There's 0%, 25, 50, 75, and then 100. Very easy to transition between them. But overall, that's pretty much all I have to say about this keyboard. It's solid, and for the money, it's almost perfect. I would definitely recommend buying this if you're into 10 keyless layouts, aluminum frames, linear switches, and a quality, very sturdy feel, and black. Because as you can see, it only comes in black. So if that's a game changer for you, then you know, maybe not get it. But other than that, very near perfect keyboard. Could be $200, but it's not. It's only $90. Go get yourself one. Or not. That's cool. Like that video if you really liked this review. I'm going to be doing a typing test really soon, and you'll get to see how many words per minute I can type on this keyboard. But if not, we'll link to some other of our keyboard reviews in the card on the side or at the end of the video. Subscribe if you liked it. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!